Welcome back to another issue of Sex Sells Magazine. Today we have a more interesting subject for you than the trash fire that was X-Blades with Tamsoft's Onechanbara series. More accurately, the Wii release, Onechanbara Bikini Zombie Slayers. Beginning life as part of the Simple 2000 series, Onechanbara decided it was best to titillate the potential buyers to make up for their lack of budget. What that gave us were incredibly simple hack-and-slash zombie games starring a bikini-clad girl and her younger sister. Of course, as with some garbage like X-Blades, fanservice isn't all you can base your game on. There has to be something going on. Is Bikini Zombie Slayers able to distance itself from the all-too-often true stereotype of shitty fanservice games? Let's strip down to our bikinis, put on our cowboy hats, and find out. That header is pretty near all the story in Bikini Zombie Slayers. Onechanbara stars two sisters, Aya and Saki, that are cursed with what's called baneful blood. This baneful blood causes them to go berserk when they get coated in too much blood, which is something none of us want. Unfortunately for them, and by extension the rest of the world, zombies have been unleashed in order to push them into going berserk. I think. Look, there isn't much story here. Every stage opens with a Star Wars style text crawl narrated by the character you are playing as, but nothing really happens or gets resolved. What few cutscenes, and I use that term lightly, there are in the game are just right before the boss fights against one of the other characters and boil down to, it is time for us to be doing the fighting now. If we were to say this is a story, it is one of the worst stories in anything ever. Which is saying something. As mentioned, Onechanbara Bikini Zombie Slayers is a hack-and-slash game. With this also being on the Wii, I think you can see where this is going. You control your sexy girl and run around the corridor-like environment and laugh hard at the back of the box saying you explore a vast city while fighting whatever undead Dane to get in your path. That's all there is to it. Comparing this to even Dynasty Warriors is an insult to the fact that those games at least have some mechanics. As you explore Aya and Saki's vast corridors, you sometimes get leg locked in and have to finish off every monster inside before you are released from their grip and allowed to progress through normally. Other times, stages end in boss fights, which means you'll be going girl on girl against one of your jiggling acquaintances in order to complete the stage. Look, there is really nothing to be said about progression here. As for combat itself, well, you hopefully read the header. If you didn't already have restraint coming in, from all the games you've been playing to get to the point you were considering a Wii hack and slash, you sure as goddamn jiggle physics hell will when you are done playing even a single stage of this masterpiece. You see, to swing your sword, you swing the Wii Remote. To swing your sword again, you swing the Wii Remote again. Genius! I am sure when Miyamoto himself was designing the Wii, he thought it would be perfect for any voluptuous maidens fighting zombies out there. That's right, this is a fucking waggle game. You waggle the Wii Remote until you win, sometimes waggling the nunchuck, and if you waggle at the precise timing, you'll do more damage. Hitting the C button will swap fighting styles, which can change things up slightly, or, in the case of Aya, cause you a whole heap of more wrist problems as you then need to waggle the nunchuck in combination with the Wii Remote to even do a basic combo. You can lock on, kick to break guards, and perform special attacks, but it all just boils down to waggle. There is something to be said when swapping something as basic as control methods would make a game so much less tedious. Don't get me wrong, having button controls only would still be tedious as hell, but at least I could enjoy my blood-soaked tits in peace. Bottom line, waggle till you die. You won't be having much fun here. Okay, I get it, Wii isn't a powerful console, but I sure as hell think it can do a lot better than this. Yes, it's a budget thing, and yes, visuals aren't everything, but have you heard what I said about the gameplay and story? This game is ugly, and not even tits can help this game as there isn't enough of it. The sexuality isn't even part of the story or even acknowledged. It's almost like Aya and Reiko, the two sexy members of the cast, just wear this normally anyway. Like walking to work every day in your bikini and booty shorts, what could possibly go wrong? The models are basic and look okay, but they look barely bad as soon as they try to do any kind of animation that isn't combat related. Environments are bland and basic, enemy models are fine, and some of the designs on the stranger ones are okay, but nothing here stands out as more than above garbage. It's clear this game is low budget as nothing stands out, not voice acting, not music, not visuals, not even tits. At least it's got more personality than something like X-Blades does. What more negative do I have to say? Well, not much, but let's condense it all. The story is not even a story, the visuals are crap, the gameplay is worse for your health than wanking all day, the music and voice work don't stand out, and the game tries to get you to play it all day with the promise of extra costumes and such in its quest mode, which is just the exact same thing as the story mode. This game is fairly insulting, but I must say it has its charm. It's a lot more inspired than other trash games, and it definitely has its own style. That alone sets it apart from unplayable trash, but it's definitely not something worth spending too much time on. Bit of a redundant section, but it's good to have all of it in one spot sometime. At the end of your Wagglefest, Onechanbara Bikini Zombie Slayers is just not a good game. I can see something here. It has a personality and idea, it just needs money and some more work. Of course, this isn't the only game in the franchise, so it must have gotten better at some point, right? Regardless, for this Wii entry, the poor visuals, lack of story, painfully boring gameplay, and severe lack of variety drag this one to an early grave. The undead horde overwhelms our sexy protagonists and tears them apart with a bloody 3 out of 10. I'm sorry, tits. May you actually get characterization in a good game somewhere else.